Dear God, it's beautiful.
When I see you out, now you can go through the Getty archives and you can see you talking with the press. It looks like old Trump when it's like 450,000 reporters, right, all in a gaggle. It's just amazing, and you stare down the machine, and it's awesome. And now it feels like there's no stopping what's about to happen. Like the tide's shifted. Am I wrong? Like, are we feeling the energy all wrong here? Like the tide is suddenly shifted.
No, it has. It has. I mean, I think that, whatever small part I get to have in this amazing piece of history, and it is amazing. It really is, because I feel that I know the ending, and the ending will be the Trump I know being resilient and coming out on top. And I feel like we are all a part of history, and it's amazing. It's spectacular. And it's sad, but I think you have to go through every country goes through trials and tribulations and comes out better and stronger at the end. The only thing I am ever concerned about is that we have a fair and free election, that we don't have one party taking away another party's voice. That's very concerning for me, because you really can't come back from that. But I will say, like you said, when I'm out there, and for me, and who am I really? But when I'm out there, I can feel it. I can feel that people are coming up to me, that people that have said I wasn't pro-Trump, but I'm so petrified of what's happened that I'm going to make sure I'm at the ballot box. There was no way I'm staying home under any circumstance. And that's kind of the energy we've lost in this country for a while. And I think after 2020 and after the past 3 months, people are really alive and awake and feeling patriotic. And frankly, the ones that aren't are the problem.
Can you talk me through my new favorite shirt? What was the plan here? First off, what did you think when you saw the photo? Were you there at the courthouse with him? And was this planned? Did he just like let her rip? Talk me through.
Oh boy, you're asking me very. I have an answer for that. I'm trying to think if I can give it. I
Our
was
favorite
not
strawberry blonde.
Our favorite president golfed the day as per usual. Nothing gets him down. He was golfing in the morning at Bedminster. I spoke to him and saw him and asked him what he was thinking in terms of the mugshot, if it was going to take place. Had he given it some thought? And we discussed some things, but I'll keep that privilege. And, there had been a lot of chatter about on TV and everything. And I had been asked the night prior on a station whether I thought he should smile. And I was very adamant about the fact that I didn't think it was appropriate. I thought this is a sad moment in history and there's nothing funny about it. And because we may be immune does not make this a joke. And I voiced my opinion. He doesn't always listen to me, but I'd like to think that you put a little seed in his ear. At the end of the day, he did and looks how he felt. I think the low level behavior from frankly, the words I want to use, I'm being very careful, but a low level behavior from somebody like Fannie Willis, who is a county, prosecutor. She's not a federal prosecutor. She is frankly a unknown human being who is campaigning on the tail of Donald Trump, just like Letitia James, just like many of these people. Wanted this mugshot for her, but I hate to tell you, Fannie, it kind of worked for us. So thanks.
Yeah, we've done an entire show. We were trying to get to the news, but the memes were too beautiful of this mugshot. We can't help ourselves. And we're watching these videos from the streets of Atlanta inside of these urbanized and or impoverished neighborhoods where people are coming out to cheer Donald Trump as he passes, to say Fannie effed up. I can say it. Say Fannie effed. They're screaming that at Trump as he rolls by in neighborhoods that vote 100% Democrat for the last 50 years.
Yeah. And by the way, their jails are under investigation by the DOJ. Somebody died there. They have bed bugs. They're not even able to take care of their own, frankly. So this is purely a stunt for PR. When you look at what he did, I have a real difficult time giving anybody a legal analysis because I don't believe this is based in law. I believe this is based in politics and PR and all the BS that has become more important than our actual democracy and our Constitution.
So Donald Trump wanted a hardcore thug life mugshot.
Yeah. Well, we talked about the smiling thing and we landed at no smiling. So he did it. He took it from there.
I think the internet thanks you. Any other tidbits from inside of the inside of this process? It's sort of been a black box for everyone watching. We watched the motorcade pull up, and then we watched it pull away. Any other information?
Sure. This is a little bit different. So Georgia is different than the other three. I hate to say that there were other three, but it's ridiculous. We obviously saw the sheriff come out when she had her PR moment at 11 o'clock at night. She rushed her indictment after the leak that she was not going to change anything for anyone. So fingerprints, the usual, I think they do scanning and items that you would do for a flight risk, which again leads me to address how ridiculous this is. No other jurisdiction, and now we have three others to compare it to, required the things that this county prosecutor, who has a troublesome indictment that is going to be a disaster in court, made him do. And that is, it's effectively a Napoleon complex. It's like, I want to be the one that gets it. Okay, congratulations. You are the one that is projected him the furthest, that has landed him on T-shirts and mugs of every American in this country. And even the ones that were Democrats are now flipping because of you. Thank you, Fannie. Thank you. So, she took it to the extreme. That's what I can tell you. She took it to the extreme. And I think it backfired in her face. Look at your shirt. It backfired in your face. I think I've ordered one. Like it's I'll wear it the next time. It's just crazy.
So yeah, we've done an entire show going through like young people, TikToks from the hood, people from all walks of life, being like, this is the hardest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is amazing. This is incredible.
Yeah.
We got a president with a mugshot. Donald Trump's going to win 50 states. This has unbelievably backfired. Is this our biblical moment here, where the plotting of the evil man sort of gets turned on its head?
I hope so, but the reality is, it's kind of like, look at what they've done to people. They always, Nelson Mandela and certain individuals that we know have had mugshots, who have been fighters. Fighters don't go unnoticed. They don't go unscathed. But that's why they are who they are. Somebody who is able to accomplish becoming president, who's not a politician, and then gave us some of the best 4 years this country has seen, is a special person, and is a person that is likely to be feared. People are afraid of things they can't control. People are afraid of people that are stronger than them and resilient. And I think his financial well-being is a big part of that. The fact that they're trying to drain him, and it's quite honestly pretty impossible. He's Donald Trump. He was someone before this. He doesn't need, no disrespect to some of these candidates that are out now, but this isn't his identity. He has several. He was an amazing real estate guy. He has an amazing family. He has children that are not crackheads. And he has been, really a powerful human being in this country, given jobs, done many other things prior to becoming president. And I think they're just petrified. Honestly, it's just fear, Benny. Fear is an incredibly weak but powerful trait. And if you're afraid, you do some stupid things. And I think that the fact that they're not thinking through this and thinking through, okay, let's say Donald Trump doesn't win. I would be shocked. I don't know how that could happen. But let's say Donald Trump doesn't win. Let's say one of the other candidates comes in. What are they going to do? They think we're going to sit back and do nothing? I don't care who wins 2024. That's not going to happen. They're going to come in hard. And all of these investigations will turn into arrests. They broke the seal on something that should never have been broken in this country. It is the difference between us and what we saw with the helicopter that was taken down in Russia. We're not those people, but they've really turned a corner. They really
You're
have.
saying that Republican DAs, Republican attorneys, and Republican state officials are now going to start investigating Democrats.
I mean, I can tell you if I go to the White House, I'll be helping out the cause because I'm sick of seeing the double standard. I've been sitting on the other side of this now for multiple years, and I'm not going to be, I'm not a talker, I'm a doer. So if you tell me we're going to have an investigation, I'm going to say, okay, and then what are we going to do after we've investigated? And I never would have thought like that. And I never would have behaved like that until now, because when they do that to us, we will do that to you. We will not sit back. And I don't think we have right now, unfortunately, strong enough individuals to take that second step. You know, we have impeachment inquiries. They never gave an impeachment inquiry into President Trump. They just impeached him. You know, what are we doing? We're all of a sudden very polite as Republicans, but we're under siege. So I don't know. I'm frustrated a little bit. I wish there was more movement and more action, but you know, I'm trying to be patient here. I love people like Jim Jordan and those individuals out there fighting. But I need to see some people being held accountable.
So quick fish hook into that. What's with Georgia Republicans? Like, what? Did your balls fall off? Like, I don't understand this. Like, why would you allow this to happen? You could get rid of these prosecutors. I mean, you could get rid of the prosecutors. I mean, we know that's possible. It happens here in Florida. Like, so you know that's possible.
She's not even that. She's not even a significant prosecutor. Like, let's just be clear. Just because she stands at a podium, you have to recognize she was not elected by the federal government. She has no clearance. She is not. No, she cannot. The Secret Service can tell her what to do when they're in there. I mean, this is a very weak in terms of the scale of DAs, prosecutors that we deal with. She is, frankly, at the lowest level in terms of rank, and she's using this for her campaign. And if the Republicans out there don't start doing things, the people that are close to her, the people that know the people that have dinner with her, if they don't start speaking to them, there's really nothing that can be done. I am proud of Jim Jordan, what he did yesterday, opening up an investigation into her motives. The fact that Fannie didn't say that she was not cooperating and coordinating with Jack Smith really bothers me. We saw this in New York with DA Bragg and Letitia James. I just want to remind the American public, I have seen this before. This is what they're doing again. It is not American. They have nothing to do with each other. Nothing. The cases have nothing to do with each other. Absolutely no coordination, especially since Jack Smith said he was a special prosecutor who works for Merrick Garland, coordinating with a Fulton County DA. That is beyond me. So yeah, the people in Georgia need to handle their people. And, you know, unfortunately, if they don't, you got people like Jim Jordan who are going to really dig deep and never ends well.
Why does it fall to Jim Jordan? The federal government and the federal offices cannot be our last line of defense. The Supreme Court can't be your last line of defense for everything. There needs to be action between here and there in order to win a war. It does seem as though the RICO case could be flipped back around on Fannie Willis. If she's the one coordinating to go after a political opponent for a political vendetta, isn't that racketeering?
Yeah, sounds like the Russia hoax, doesn't it? Yeah, it's something I know well. And I tried to bring a RICO case against this exact thing. It's still obviously pending now on appeal, but I really think that there are RICO cases in our political system. He is not one of them. We're living them. The fact that we've seen the Clintons be treated so differently, or Hunter Biden, or, you know, those we need to look in. The fact that we follow money and find traces of money behind 18 different accounts or whatever it was, 80 accounts, whatever the number was, that's racketeering. That's a RICO charge. What did President Trump allegedly do? Said, go look at the credibility of the Fulton County election, where we saw video footage of water pipes bursting and people carrying duffel bags out of an election office. Are you kidding me? And he's going to jail, but these guys are walking free? Not okay.
So, final question, Alina, and this was a thread that we did yesterday that went viral. We got a tip that we should go through Fannie Willis's social media. And lo and behold, post after post after post, we found her questioning elections. Post after post after post, we found her talking about the water pipes. I mean, you can read it right here, directly from Fannie Willis on November 4th, 2020. Whoa, water leaks? What ballots are they throwing out? Georgia, let's give an honest accounting. No stunts, says Fannie Willis. No stunts, huh? Honest accounting, huh? That sounds like Fannie Willis is the one who's questioning the integrity of an election on social media. And there is example after example after example of her doing the exact same thing that that is listed in the indictment against Donald Trump. Go watch OANN. I mean, what she's doing is actually worse. So at what point do you at what point does this get tossed? Like, what is the legal strategy here for this charade to end?
Yeah, Stacey Abrams, another great example, but Fannie herself, that's exactly right. But we had that with Letitia James. I'm not going to speak about our strategy on this one. Obviously, these things help us. I will tell you what we did in other cases. We brought claims against those individuals and said that it was politically motivated, which is it's unethical and it's un-American. You file ethics complaints about people that prosecute people and use their office to weaponize the justice system. And we will take every turn that we can. I mean, President Trump is not surrounded by stupid people. He is the vetter of all vetters. He does not keep people around, frankly, and he's known for it, that he doesn't see as fighters or intelligent, and he will push them out and make sure he has the best team. And I think that we right now have an incredible team. We've worked with amazing lawyers that don't work with us anymore, but they were fantastic too. But everybody is on the same page and we are fighting and coordinating. And frankly, we're allowed to, because, when you see all of this and nobody wants to talk about how they're worse, they are worse. And all we can do, Benny, is what you and I do, because I do think that's more important. People don't read my motion papers. They don't read the lawyers' motion papers. They don't care that much, but they'll hear us. And it's the single most important part of my job. It's why I agreed to be a spokesperson and kind of step out of the courtroom for a little bit to help him, because I think it's more important at this moment to explain it. So thank you for finding those. We like those. We're going to have to attach those to emotion.
You hear that, Betty Brigade? Come on, we're out here. We're out here. It's been such a remarkable week. It does feel like we're living inside of a movie. It doesn't feel real. It's incredible. Yeah. Donald Trump is back on Twitter. Donald Trump is tweeting again. He's on X. He's got the mugshot. It's remarkable. How can people support you other than saying a prayer on Sunday?
Say a prayer and support Donald Trump. Support the president in any way you can. And, I'm not a campaign person, but I am a believer in America. So if you support this country and the bedrock of this country, you're supporting me, because I do think that I want my kids to live a good life. And prayers are amazing, but if we have corruption, we're in trouble. So I would just say, please vote for it. Pay attention, listen to CNN too, listen to the MSDNCs, listen to how crazy they sound. It's important. I think it is. And you have to hear what the opposition is saying and wake up. But yeah, support President Trump, support him and everything he's doing. And you know how to do that. So, and then hopefully we'll see you out there in 2024.
Yeah, that's right. Here's Alina Habba's social media. Hop on over, follow her on X, and of course follow @RealDonaldTrump, who's back. 52,000 Patriots can't be wrong, but let's get that number up to 100,000, shall we? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, give Alina Habba more of a voice. Let's go. She's such a fighter and such a great ally and friend of the show. God bless you and Godspeed.
Thank you.